are live. Good morning to whoever is out there listening, watching. Shannon, getting all her stuff together today. Gonna go see Roger. So I hope everybody's having a great day so far. When I finally convinced myself to get up this morning, I made a coconut cream pie because I had to finish the video up for today. So, anyway, needless to say, I got that done. So, it's kind of quiet this morning. But anyway, I'm just not going to sit here in silence. So, I think last week we were in the 1930s to where the economy had come to a screeching halt, so to speak. And anyway, after it had done so good in the 20s, so now we're going in the 40s, which was I can't even say this good, World War II. So anyway, anybody want to guess what was popular in the 40s as far as food? I don't have that many people on yet. Shannon, you want to take a guess? It is a tongue twister. I always mess it up. I never fail to mess that up. Hello to whoever the third person that's in here is. Anyway, popular foods for the 40s. Something called a gold nugget cake, Jello salad, Lord Woolton pie. Now this is one thing that grossed my kids out was potato and hot dog salad. They just couldn't wrap their minds around that one, and I haven't been able to wrap my mind around that either. I don't remember if I told you or not, Shannon. I may have. Deviled lobster, plum charlotte, something that was called Oslo meals. Not really familiar with what that is. Jello salad is good, depending on what it has in it. My aunt makes a Jello salad every year for Thanksgiving and Christmas, and she has bananas and apples, I think, and pecans. I'm not sure what else she puts in it. I'm not sure about the deviled lobster thing either. Meatloaf, liver loaf. Shannon might eat liver loaf. Anyway, in 1940, well, actually in the 30s, milk, butter, and eggs were hard to come by. But in the 40s, when it was the war going on and all that, that's when rationing was introduced. And it lasted for 14 years. So can you imagine going and having to buy groceries these days on ration points? I'm not good at making a grocery list. I usually just go and throw it in my buggy or shopping cart, whichever way you say it. But so I would be really in trouble if I had to plan my meals around a point system. Um, says for most of that time, your meat, your cheese, your butter, your cooking fats, sugar, it was all heavily restricted. But you could get potatoes, root vegetables, uh, and bread pretty much as you wanted. So the diet back then was much higher in carbs and lower in fats. Um, let's see, snacks. Yeah, probably my grandparents too. I think my mom talk about rationing books that was back then. Um, hello, Danielle. How are you? Your typical breakfast in the 40s was um, during the rationing period was spam, toast with margarine, Cheerios, which came out in 41, um, concentrated orange juice, and soy. Instead, they used the soy instead of the cornmeal soy grits instead of cornmeal because those were rationed. Um, let's see. I'm losing my place here. Snacks that came out in the 40s. Ooh, yeah, you got school today, don't you? When I was teaching, I always loved the break time and the PE time. And you could just sit in your classroom in silence. Um, snacks that came out in the 40s was Cheerios, Raisin Bran, Chiquita, Kita, not sure how to say that one. Bananas, Junior Mints, Almond Joy, V8, and Cheetos. Um, the foods that were invented in 42, Dannon yogurt and Kellogg's Raisin Bran. The coffee rationing started in 42 as well. Um, foods that were popular in 49, believe it or not, McDonald's French fries became popular in 49. Now, McDonald's existed before that, but they served potato chips. And today, they are a bestseller. They sell 3.4 billion pounds of potatoes per year. Yeah, a coffee ration would be terrible, especially for Danielle. Danielle drinks more coffee than I do. She drinks it quite often. Shannon's trying to kick her coffee habit, Danielle. Um, Mrs. Paul's frozen fish sticks, Minute Rice, Ready whipped cream, Nestle Quick powder drink mix, packaged cake mix, M&Ms, Whoppers, Jolly Ranchers. Um, you couldn't hardly get spices like thyme. Hello, Virginia. Danielle's laughing. She said, "Oh no, don't be a quitter." Just kidding. You couldn't hardly get thyme and sage because they were imported from regions that were caught up in the war. Yeah, I like Whoppers too. Um, you could get ground beef for fewer ration stamps than steak or roast. So the women would stretch their meat supply by fixing meatloaf and spaghetti, stuffed peppers, meat rolls. Um, the cookbooks and the recipes that came out in the magazines, they said, covered a lot of vegetable main dishes or other main meats, or other meats such as beef tongue, hog jowls, chicken, turkey, I guess, poultry. Uh, there was so much, and then there was tons of reading, I guess, because it had to do with wartime as well. But that's when the deep dish pizza came out, which is what I was saved from having to make liver loaf for the 40s. Not really, I wouldn't have made it anyway. But I got to make a deep dish pizza. But anyway, I came across the deal where it explained the different rations. And on the front lines, the soldiers were eating K rations, C rations, and D rations. K rations was the main source of food for the troops on the front lines. There was a breakfast unit, had two kinds of biscuits, canned meat and eggs, a fruit bar, instant coffee, sugar cubes, cigarettes, chewing gum, and a key to open it all up. Um, the K ration dinner were similar. They got various kinds of canned meat, cheese products as a main course. Uh, each unit contained cigarettes and chewing gum, and the supper unit came with toilet paper. So I guess they didn't get any toilet paper until they ate dinner that night. The three meals said gave each of the soldiers somewhere around 8,300 calories with 99 grams of protein. Um, C rations were meant to be eaten by troops who were away from the front lines and had more time to prepare their meals. B rations were for emergency situations and contained 3 chocolate bars fortified with vitamins and stabilized so they wouldn't melt even under jungle conditions. So, like it or not, soldiers got used to the convenience of eating meals out of a can, and consumers at home got used to the convenience of prepared and frozen foods. Anyway, there was a lot of reading on there. But I'm going to jump in to showing my video of what I cooked. Now, I'm going to warn you, no judging, because my pizza crust looked rough. I got in a hurry, and yeah, I didn't have a deep dish pizza pan. I could not find one in town. So yeah, I used my cast iron skillet, and I had a little bit too much dough in there. So instead of me slowing down, taking it out, I just kind of crammed it in there. But anyway, so here we go with some rough looking. Oh yeah, and I did not show the making the dough process. I figured I had slung enough flour all over the kitchen that y'all have seen in my other videos, so I spared you the agony of that. Anyway, here we go. Look at that. It looks terrible. I just crammed it in there. But I figured I'd slide by because my son loves crust. But yeah, it was beyond the amount I needed. But anyway, I put pepperoni down first. And I came in with my ground beef. And I don't have a recipe for this because everybody's pizza toppings vary, and you can use the crust or dough recipe of your choice when you make it. So I don't. When the video premieres at noon, there won't be a recipe for this. There will be for the coconut pie, but of which I've stayed out of. I've had no sweets since, yeah. Anyway, all week. I started my diet Monday. No sweets. So far, I'm surviving. And I like a lot of cheese, so you're going to see a lot of cheese on this pizza. And it's going to be quite thick. But it was super yummy too. So, and my camera keeps jumping because I had it set on my kitchen table because I needed more space than what was on my counter as far as width. And my kitchen is not set up with a counter in the middle or a bar or whatever you want to call it. It's all around the walls, so it doesn't have a lot of room. Danielle said, "Don't be so hard on yourself." She knows me well. Virginia, that is what Chicago deep dish is. Is the toppings go on the bottom, and it ends with the sauce on top. And I like to have never got this thing done, y'all. It cooked forever. But y'all are going to flip out when y'all see all the cheese. You can barely see the pepperoni and the ground beef oozing out. There was so much cheese. Anyway, we're going to go on to the pie. And I didn't talk, which y'all are just seeing the silent version. But when the video drops at noon, I didn't talk on the pie. It was a silent cook job going on there. So, kind of having a stuffy day. And of course, I'm going to spill everything everywhere. Virginia, I had so much pizza because I made cheesy rolls and pizza rolls for a video that'll drop tomorrow with a collaboration with Tiffany from Small Town 6. And then I made the Chicago deep dish for today's video. I was sending food out to my niece and nephews. What would I have done differently on the pizza? I would have spent more time on the crust, making it look decent and probably a little thinner around the edges. And probably less cheese, less shredded cheese. That's probably what I would have done different. None of us, only maybe one of my kids, and that would be my daughter-in-law, likes about normal type sauce on the pizza. The rest of us are not big sauce fans. So the sauce was what was on top is about normally how we order our pizzas when we go out to eat. A very, very light sauce. Anyway, that's when too that coconut cream pie came out in the 40s. So that's what I made, and I didn't put a meringue on it. I just threw some coconut in a skillet and toasted it down. But anyway, I think that's what I would have done different. Other than that, I can't really think of anything else. So that's what that was. Those round, it was already sliced when I bought it. They had already sliced it. Is that what you're talking about? The round slices? Or are you talking about something else? Hey, Niecy. Welcome in. Now, I am starting a new live. I know some of you probably seen it on Instagram and Facebook. It'll start today at 5. It's going to be hopefully helping some of the channels grow and get some of the channels out there. I'll be sharing clips from their videos. Let's not talk about laundry, girls. My couch is full of it. I told my husband, I was like, I'll get it put up today. I still haven't made it in there. But I did get him a pie made, so maybe that will redeem myself. Yeah, that's what I used on top of the grated mozzarella. And so I think by the time I put that there, and with the grated cheese, it gave me a little bit too much. I liked it, which I'm a cheesehead anyway. You didn't hear me say that, did you, Shannon? Virginia says she makes a bunch of food and calls her family to come and get it. This week she made beef tips with noodles, veggie beef soup, and spaghetti sauce all in one day. Wow. That sounds like, and that's one thing, I made it Tuesday. So I filmed my part, which was a crustless pizza, for a video I'm going to put together. It'll be probably a month or so, just kind of showing what I eat when I'm on a diet. So I filmed that. Then I filmed the 2 kinds of rolls, the cheesy rolls and the pizza rolls, for the video that will drop tomorrow. And then I done deep dish pizza. Basically all at the same time. So yeah, I think I bit off way more than I can chew. I was going to do the pie the same day, and yeah, it didn't happen. Great, Niecy. I hope you can. Yeah, Shannon's traveling tomorrow, so she has lots of chores. I got some dishes too, Shannon. Not many. Most of them are done. But my killer thing today is laundry. Got to put it up, fold it up, and hang it up. At least it's clean. But anyway, anybody else have any questions or anything? This is a short live today. It's awful quiet today. I tried to talk Shannon into coming, but she'd rather do clothes. Anyway, guys, I will see y'all at 5 o'clock Central Standard Time. And if y'all want to come over and join that live and check out the different channels. But thanks everybody for coming on. Well, yeah, ha. She's deserted me today. But I'll let her off the hook this time. Anyway, thanks everybody for coming on and hanging out. And I guess we will catch you next Thursday. We'll see what the 50s can dig up for us. Anyway, catch you guys later. Thanks for coming on. Y'all have a good day.